Welcome, welcome, welcome. More World of Tanks, people. I haven't been uploading this much lately. We have only been doing the streams so that I can collect the content. And we decided to come back after the week of VR playing. We decided to come back to the game, and as you can see, we have some players actually willing to play. You have an entire half a team still doing absolutely nothing, just like it was a week ago. Such progress being made for this community. And then you're gonna, again, because half the team doesn't actually want to progress, you'll have half the team lose. And I'm basically choosing to go forward or stay back for no good reason. It's really a waste of time either way. It's why we don't play this game, which is why the next actual edited video we upload tonight or tomorrow will be called Why We Don't Play This Shit Game Anymore. Dot, dot, dot. Look at the shit players you're playing with. Look, we got 3 light tanks trying to kill me. Can't actually do it, but trying like crazy, you know? Because they thought that 3v1 was going to be a by default win for them. Oh, better loop back in for take number 2. And you almost just lost one of your guys too if I'd have got that ram off, probably. Because why? If there was any amount of Overwatch, even one bullet, my 200 to 300 point RAM, and then about 100 damage every few seconds from my gun, would have equaled that tank dead. But guess what? We had 0 actual support in this game. And you have an entire fucking community of players looking to only help themselves, which is why you have an 8v15 match going on right now. And it's been what? 3 fucking minutes of the match? Yeah. See, I'm not mad. Look at that. Look what they do to themselves. I don't care. I have a harder time playing with other people to begin with. Why? Because I'm a better player. I don't need some by default ass tactic to make me pretend to be as good as I want you to think I am. No, I can completely fuck off and know that 50% of my worst fuck-ups are probably still going to outshine your best successes. Why? Because I actually do stuff. I don't just wait to have stuff done for me. Everything that happened in the match that I did was because of something I did, right? And not because of what other players are doing so that I can get the points that I get. And that's exactly why they ended up in an 8v15. Because I was not there in the beginning to play the game for them like I usually am. I was running around my house, setting up my stuff and adjusting my mic levels and such. That's why I didn't jump right into the match before. Now, watch how obviously that was a light tank, a FV-107. This is a Leopard 2A5. Of course it's going to be a different type of gameplay experience if we take this one up to the front lines. But for the sake of the argument, watch this. You'll see again how easily anywhere from 40 to 70% of the team would rather us lose just so they can pretend to be good at it than any amount of us, even the 60% or 30% that may be left by the time we have any say in the outcome. Their attempt won't matter. It doesn't matter if they were one of the frontline players who earned their points or one of the back row sitters who wanted to scam their points. It doesn't really matter. They were both going to be pointless. Why? Because you ruined the most important part of the process, which was the beginning and the effort that actually made impact. Impact doesn't just happen. I'm sorry to blow your fucking high, kid, but you're not a force of nature like actual nature. Nature doesn't need to force things to happen. It's just going to fucking happen. Why? Because that's the way that it goes. Okay, this attempt is ruined. What would have gave us superior positioning for any of my sides of the map to actually make them play, now just turned into a death trap where every side won't even get attacked and they'll all get to target me. Watch this. As soon as I peek out from these buildings right here. The only thing giving me a sign that it might not happen that way is because those guys are actually pushing that north, them few north rows. Now, do you understand how stupid this game is? You have a shit-ass fucking community that won't actively play it. They just want to sit around and pretend they're good at it. And then you'll have people that can tell you exactly what's about to happen, what just happened, why it happened, even if it wasn't something that they could tell you how that it's gonna happen. But they just gotta keep sitting there pretending like, oh yeah, no, watch how I wait to land this shot this time. This is how you play the... No, you're fucking stupid. And you don't actually know how to play the game. You've ruined the game for people that actually want to play it, even if they are good or not. At the end of the day, the argument's not going to be, oh, you were a good player or you were a bad player. No, the argument's going to be, how did you help or hurt the team? They'll have to cling on to the, oh, he went out there and died. I don't even have to say anything at this point. You can keep proving my points for me. That's what you get for doing nothing as an entire team of 10. You just got carried by 6 players on the match. And you guys sat around and did what? Let me guess, not capitalize off of what someone else was doing the whole time? Yeah, no, that guy just jibber-jabbering has no idea what he's talking about. Definitely not facts. You guys ruined this game because you want to pretend to be good. That's why I don't take it serious and you see me go out there and do the things that people want to act. And I get comment after fucking comment talking about, all you do is go out there and die. Look at your stats. You have a 25% survive rate. I already know I can't even have a chance in 3 out of 4 no, 4 out of 4 of your matches are ruined because of how you play. Don't try to blame just 1 out of 4 that mine are ruined. I do good in all 4 of mine, except for usually the one I survive in. Why? Because I sat around and did nothing just so we could wait around and do absolutely even less with each other. Yeah, you guys know how to play the game, though. Waste of time, man. You got people that would just rather sit around and do this, you know? Holy fuck, is that loud? I hate I hate watching them play the game. Okay, as long as we're actually not that bad of levels for that, at least. Alright. I don't know what that guy was making that noise about. That guy just cleared his throat to say nothing. At this point, you kind of just start to lose hope for them, you know? Now, I could go up the 2 line and then get stuck because I can't pass the C line by myself. Or I could push up this 6 line and try and take on both fronts, which is what I'm going to do this time. If I want to take the safer route, I'm going to go up the 9 line because then I can pretty much, no matter how far I go, even if I make it past the C line, I can pretty much keep the enemies to my frontal armor. Mostly because none of these players in this community are actually willing or knowing how to play the game properly, so you can actually do stuff like that. You should never be able to pull something like this off, by the way. Watch this. Oh, a little rough on the timing, but we ain't played in a while. Give it a second. Well, it looks like we have some support here. Wow. That's definitely not skill-based scaling making the difference so that they're 1v2 they have a chance in, because I would have beat both of these players with this tank. And it really wasn't even a matter of skill. This tank is just better than both of them in their tank. They could be good tankers. I'm not a bad tanker, so this tank wouldn't have done bad right there. You see how they have to play to beat me? 70% of my health lost was from collision damage. We do not play the same game. They have to scam, scheme, and act like complete scum to even be getting the points they get. I just got 3,000 damage and 2620 deflection in a matter of not even 2 minutes game played. In the first 30 seconds, you can't even get any points in. Yeah, they're probably better than me, even though I'll be at the bottom of the board. Yeah, we know who the losers are. I don't need to convince you. I'm not trying to, but the facts are right there if you want to see them. These players suck. This is a weasel toe with 0 damage. Here's a 490B who's got nothing, no point. Look at this, 2604 damage, 4000 deflection. If that's all the points you have at 2 minutes into the game, you don't know how to use that tank, because those are by default points that tank would have got itself. He probably got 2604. I'm not saying that's what happened, but legitimately could have got 2604 damage from an enemy ramming him. Okay? The same way I just got 70% of my damage. Now, I was talking about the 70% of my health lost when I said that. But I'm just, so I don't want you to get confused. We'll go to the next player. Ready? Here's his platoon mate in an Object 477A. Come on. Look at this. What impact has this guy ever been making? 3557 damage, 1000 deflected. You have 10 teammates literally sitting next to you as you fight the one guy you fight at a time. Buddy, you know, who can really even compete with players like that? We're playing, look at this. Oh, somebody won, but you're at the bottom of the board. I didn't even get bottom of the board that time. That's how little they did. Because we know how little I did. We just watched it, right? We didn't have to pick apart some in-the-moment preview of what they were doing after I already did everything that I just watched myself do, right? It's a fucking embarrassment. And they think they're good at the game. No, you fucking ruined the game, and you actually ruined your own evolution at the game. I'm worse because I chose not to actually try, right? Or matter of fact, the way that I tried made me worse, because you can't actively continue to push forward as much as you can and think you're going to end up with as good stats as you would have had if you sat back like a fucking peasant, bum, scaredy cat ass, fucking lame ass loser like they do. Obviously, if I'm behind 14 teammates, I'm probably going to end every game with more points. If I'm in front of all 14 of my teammates, I'm probably going to have a different level of points by the end, correct? Hey, if you can't sit in that chair properly, you're not going to get to sit there.
These tin cans should be a piece of cake.
Stop, Ralph. Doing too much, dude. Oh, fuck's sake. You know, that goes to show how good that player is that we ran into. This guy said, hold on, let me take a whole extra 15 seconds to sit around and do nothing so that I can make sure I'm in a good position and not have to actually tank like a tanker would given the situation that they're, approaching or, trying to advance of a challenge. Like, where's that guy challenge? He's not challenging anybody. He's waiting to be challenged, right? Already put himself at a negative. He could have made me a half a health bar before these other three even showed up. But he chose to be a peasant the whole time, and now he's going to lose. Probably get minuscule amount of points than it should be. All because it didn't want to play the game properly. It's embarrassing, man. Then we got 10 tanks behind me and those three. I almost want to die right now just so I can show you that all of the health from that one tank we've encountered so far was split up between me and those three heavies and nobody else. Because I'm that confident. That's how it goes every time. They're not 10 tanks back there helping. I promise you. They're back there because they can't help themselves. You think they're going to help you? Come on now. Yeah. It's in a fucking terrible. Yeah, no, obviously that bullet should have missed too. Yep. Sure thing, dude. Yep. Awesome. No, this is exactly why we play this game still, though. It's definitely not why we get on it for an hour to 2 hours at most, one day a week now. This is stupid. Look, light tanks, not doing light tank things. Never once were any of these tanks near the enemies until after I died. They just now showed up. You can call my bluff if you want. Run it back, rewatch. I don't care. You'll see it. I know. I was looking at the enemies. There was no teammates in their face. So the fact that you think that they're in their face, they're not. That's why all four of those enemies in the K line were still shooting at me. Not the two light tanks hiding up on the hill with about 30% cover, we'll say. Let me spin this camera around and I'll show you. I don't bullshit this, by the way. See them? See them poking out? Two of them fully exposed, not getting shot at. The third one hiding behind the hill the whole time. We've been watching for about 10 seconds now. Still seeing that. Look, a heavy flanked the backside and shot at them. That heavy and medium flanked from the zero line before that K line started oppressing those light tanks. But you, where? Come on, man. Because those tanks showed up after I died, they had a new. They couldn't just shoot at a tank freely like they did me. They had to deal with something, whether it was one tank at a time or all fucking 6 to 10 of them that chose to be a bunch of bums around each other the whole time. Listen, I know I be bullshitting a lot, right? But I never really cared. There was a small percentage that I actually wanted to see become better. Why? Because most of them could never reach the amount of good that it took to actually be great. So I'm not going to waste my time on them. These types of people are the types of people that it's not going to take long to realize that. They'll never actually be great because they chose to not even be good enough. They chose to pretend to be good by every outcome. Listen, any great will tell you they know their day in the Coliseum is coming. Why? Because that's the game. You're not going to get some fake first place every fucking single time for how many ever years or dozens of matches you've played. You know why it only took 3 to 5 wins in a Coliseum to free yourself? Because you probably couldn't even do that many. That's why all these players will hide from the actual game that is supposed to be being played. Nothing with you, dude. And that's not a you thing. That's a me thing. You guys can hang on to... Yeah. I want nothing to do with your bullshit, sir. You might as well mute me, because this is going to turn south real quick. I don't care. Won't be for long. I'm sure you don't play the way that you'll need to play to outdo somebody like me. Well, unless you want to consider just specific statistics, I'm talking overall. You know, point A, point B, the start of the match, the outcome, the stuff that happened that made make it that way. What'd you say? Yeah, because I don't really play the game. I actually am. Look at my stats. Look at yours. You're not, though. Nah, I don't even know you guys. I knew the guys that started Regime, probably, but as far as Regime goes, I don't really give a shit. Ain't nobody hating. I'm just being aware we are not a team. Yeah, because I don't care to interact with you, dude. What, do you want to be my friend or something? Wouldn't leave me alone, dude. Yeah. Say what you're still arguing, dude? What, are you trying to convince yourself at this point? Drop it, you fucking child. Yeah, and? Okay. Is that the whole book, or do you got more that you read from it? How would I not know it's mine? Come on, dude. I'm far different than you in your subcategory of a species, since you want to take it that route. I don't need to know. You're another peasant. Yeah. What do you do for life? What do you do for life? What do you do for life? Right, because you don't do a fucking thing for life. You probably built your own little homestead, did nothing but fuck that up because you were still self-centered enough to do that. Get the fuck out of here. I know, obviously. You this whole time you've been acting like I need to conform to you. Buddy, do you not know how nature works? It's called an ecosystem. No, I don't need to. Well, hey, you can feel how you want. I know myself. The only bad thing that'll happen to me is probably something that I let happen. And even in that case, it's still not over because guess what? Things keep happening. So you can wish my mom had cancer all you want. You can wish the worst thing possible on me. That don't matter, dude. You just got outdid by a loser. Realize that. If that's what I am to you, at least. You know, we could have did better. But I'm not going to help you. Why? Because that's what you need. And you won't even admit you want it. See, I don't need it. But I admitted I wanted it. See where we differ? But you're a better human than me. Oh, you don't even know, kid. Oh, your name's Real Ted Tugs. I bet you ain't got a brain cell left. Okay. I don't know, man. I just had some regime kid trying to fucking talk shit. That's all. My bad.
Yeah, brain cells are overrated.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Everything becomes.
These guys are about to find out the meaning of turtle power.
Loaded here, like, there's much shit out there. You know, you just don't think. Just be a dude. Everybody just got to look at it.
Yup. Till you can't do anymore. Yeah. That's why it's one of the easiest things to spend. Listen, if I ran around just smacking people that I thought needed smacked, I'd probably be getting smacked a lot more, right? In my, like, right? But if I walked around talking shit on everybody that I thought I could talk shit on, guess how much people are probably even going to talk shit back to me, let alone do anything about it? That's the difference between doing and just, you know, talking about it. I could say I hate you guys fucking suck at this game all I want, right? That don't mean it's true.
Straight through their armor.
Yeah, because we gotta put... I don't know why you guys do that to yourselves. You guys continue to show up, but not show up. It's like the first sign of a threat, you guys decide, oh, I better start playing from here until I die. You know? And what am I gonna do? I went all the way the fuck up here. You alright? Nobody else even reached the E-line except for one guy. Wonder why he's dead too. Because you guys want to sit there and fucking baby step. No, it ain't. Yeah, well, that's the problem. The players don't actually want to play, and they're just going to continue to allow themselves to get overwhelmed. Yep. Once you lose one player, it's downhill. That's why in real life you actually have people that play like they approach situations like that cautiously, strategically, however you want to title it, right? You'll never have people just fucking throwing wind or throwing caution to the wind and seeing how right. But when if you don't actually if you just put yourself in recovery mode like that, it's okay to do it in real life because you don't want to end up in recovery mode unless you put yourself there. And then you know how to go around it so that you're not actually like bleeding out while trying to fight. They're causing themselves to bleed out while they fight because they're forcing the recovery mode and they're not even doing it well. You can't look out for yourself and think you're going to have a team win. It's not going to happen. That's why it looked all peachy, you know? I was holding off the 6-line push, had them all distracted. He was holding off the 9-line push, had the east of the city all distracted up. And then we had 10 tanks just chilling on the F line, doing the same thing as always, absolutely fucking nothing. And wonder why it went from fucking 10 to 14 to 1 to 12. Come on. The evidence, you don't need me teaching you or telling you what this stuff means. It's been going on for thousands of years. If you can't understand why that situation went, look at the zeros down the assist line. What were we just saying? Nobody actually helped in the match. They did nothing but hurt the team's outcome so that maybe they could help themselves, probably. An embarrassing form of playstyle. And look, that might have been the guy. I think that was the guy that went out there and died first. He got first place. Right? That tells you how absolutely minuscule every other one of these players are. Including myself. Because even though I died before him, just moments before, maybe half a minute, I didn't even achieve a quarter of what he achieved in the time he died. Which means my 60 seconds per play time in the match is far worse than that player's right now in that match. That's what I'm saying. There are actual good players in this game. There are people that know how to play it. They're just not willing to. That guy was willing to play the game. Maybe knows how to. Maybe just doesn't care to realize it's just like me. I don't care to realize. I know what I'm doing to my team by being the first one dead. But I'm okay with that because I know what me being the first one dead does to the team. So I'm actually kind of for it. Why be the guy with a lantern waiting to run off somewhere to tell him there's dangers coming? When you can be that signal, that alarm going off, When I'm dead, I know shit's about to hit the fan. If there are 2 to 3 good players on the team out there playing, they're going to get what points they can get, but I'm going to get to sit here and watch them crumble 9 times out of 10. Doesn't matter if we're up or down. I can watch their outcomes be hindered by their gameplay. And I can sit here and take these little fucking maps or this big map here when I'm dead, and I can John Madden the fuck out of this and show you how the matches could have went if they knew how to actually play the game or were willing to. I can show you on side by side how they could have went compared to how they did go. Why? Because it's really that simple. It's been going on for hundreds and thousands of years. This isn't something that I just had to figure out right now. This is stuff we knew about. It's just most people aren't smart enough to know it, because it requires retaining that information, And some people are not going to even get to be taught that information to be able to retain it. Because they know as they grow, there's others growing. Some of them just started and they're already better than them. You probably don't want them to know them, finer details of the gameplay that so that they have a chance at actually outdoing you, because those finer details are exactly why you're even as good as you are, aren't they? I know I can get right up in the enemy's face in the same square as the enemies. Unless they want to actually do something about it, like that heavy over there, they won't do anything about it. And I can stay here and do that. That's why this smoke is thrown in my face. I just got 20 seconds. All I had to do was sit there. I could have pushed through the smoke early, but all I had to do was sit there and watch that left side of the smoke where that heavy came up, instead of the guy that threw the smoke that I would have thought would have made the play to flank me and still get points. But smart enough, it chose to not, because then it would still be on its side of the territory, able to get support when it actually came the moment it needed it. Correct? Now, still in their face, doing absolutely nothing either side. I got 6 enemies here. Doing absolutely nothing. This guy's trying to flank the one fucking guy over here with me. So I gotta do something about that. Hopefully I don't die in the process because they're starting to push that hill. And that means that Overwatch ain't gonna be doing shit because they weren't whenever they had a shot. Now they don't even really have a shot. They were trying to shoot the 2 heavies on their side of the map because they're actually good at the game. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to play this game with these people anymore. I would much rather... I don't care if the bots were literally better than the 15 best people in the world. I would play me versus those 15 robots way before I'd want to play with these. This shit is embarrassing. People don't even get to play. Look at this. You got a group of 3 heavies doing absolute. Let me show you the POV, cause I can do that. Watch this. Look at this. This is how much impact they're making. Let me show you the one in the back so that you can see all 3 of them do absolutely fucking nothing. Notice they were just over there 2 squares away, right? They just bridged a gap in 10 seconds. Why the fuck has that never been done yet in this game? Do you see what I'm saying? They are not actually good at the game, nor do they actually even play it. So, if I'm supposed to stand here, or shit, whatever the fuck I'm happening to be doing at the time while I play this game, I have to be here and consider them a better player than me because they get a couple of fucking statistics that show up on the fucking game? No, I'm looking at all the statistics. Also, not just the statistics. They don't even go look at the battle statistics. They just look at the rewards board. That tells me they don't know what they're doing. If you think nothing but damage, XP, kills, and assist points is what made you the fucking... That's what you need to... You're a fucking idiot. You don't know how to play. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been brainwashed enough to see it their way. Maybe I'm the crazy one, you know? For seeing it the way that it should be and not the way that they've had to accept it to be so that they could live on comfortably, you know? It's a waste of people's fucking time on this game, dude. That's why 4 people couldn't cap the enemy base. It only took 2 enemies shooting at them. Why? Because 4 of my teammates thought that they could stop the enemies from stopping our base cap by not stopping the enemies, but just continuing to try to only base cap. No, that's what I'm saying. They don't know how to actually play. You still have 2 heavies over here not doing a fucking thing for anybody but themselves. So when this match turns into a 1v3, like they probably hope it turns into so that they can actually get some points by the end, yeah, you guys suck. Nah, y'all got a light tank out there that doubles your guys' points, and I know damn well he ain't been frontlining the whole time, but still, to be the one to get dogpiled before 5 of your teammates are even anywhere near the battlefield. I don't care if he had 5,000 damage before that dog pal, and he didn't get but 247 damage during it. That's a better player than them, because he's actually playing the game. Whether good or bad, win or loss, he's actually playing the game. That's a better player. And if not now, it will be. Why? Because the player that doesn't play the game is going to never actually get better at the game that it's not playing, right? You're just going to continue to get better at that bullshit mini game you've created within the game. And that's if the case, because how much better can you get at doing something that doesn't really fucking matter, right? Nobody says, oh man, did you see how that guy overwatched for us? Holy shit. Our front line couldn't fucking die because he was overwatching so much. No, you'll never hear that. You never hear that. You never hear him talking about that. Oh man, look how awesome that. Look how much that front line pushed, man. We couldn't even get in there. Couldn't even get any points because they were getting them all. Yeah, you'll never hear that about Overwatch. You just gotta know the difference, you know? Some people know how to play. Like, I bullshit a lot. I get it. You know, part of me doesn't care a single fuck. Part of me wants you guys to be better than me. You know? But most of the time, I'm gonna continue to side with the part that says, well, you guys should probably just die off with your mediocrity. Because, you know, that's what we'll get ourselves. When you guys want to neglect what actually would evolve you, just so you can continue to be content with what hasn't even evolved you yet, well, you're probably an apex species. That we could start there on the understandings of it. Look, I ain't gonna act like I'm the best thing since sliced bread, because you ask me, eating a loaf of bread is still eating a loaf of bread. You know, it don't matter if it's one slice at a time or not, right? But when you run into the situation where it's now no longer about the bread, it's the baker itself, right? Or how many ever there may be, whether we want to, you know, talk individually or generally. And you know, you kind of have to realize I would probably rather a full loaf unsliced and no way to slice it, because apparently sliced bread doesn't get invented until later. But you know, however, that does make sense because you have to make the loaf of bread before you could invent sliced loaf bread, right? But regardless of that, let's just move on.
Michelangelo is a party dude!
Don't worry about the community dick one bit. No reason to stress over it, kid. You're part of the clan now. That's just a neighborhood dick we all laugh at. Well, sounds like a connection issue, man. Maybe you should work on your relationships better. Yeah, at least she didn't take half my shit when she left, though. Well, what you know, boys? Another shit show. I know, and I can't really get to you either to help. Yeah, kinda. That's not just me. I'm more just deflecting. I haven't got any damage. I'm 1400 deflection now. Yeah, I've been wasting this T4's time. He seemed to be your middle threat. He's got 2 to the back left and 1 to the south. Who's making a play with him? Oh, damn. They got me. There you go. He's gonna have to watch them heavy. See, they're still trying to kill me. That guy's couldn't be able. He's gonna get overwatched, though, is the problem. There's no real presence of the team. That's why I'm trying to get over there. But as you can see, I've lost 1500 health getting over there. Why? Because we've already wasted the moment that we should have took getting over there. And what was I going to go over there for in the moment that I could when the entire team stayed in the 3 line since spawn, right? There's no real point in trying to take territory. I'm going to go out there and die, as they like to claim that's what he's doing. But anybody goes out and plays the game even, they're going to be the ones to go out there and die when you got 90% of the team that's still alive not playing the game. So much you can do, man. Wow, now I'm getting shot from the back. Awesome. So there's 4 snipers in C3. You got to be kidding. You guys are actually so bad at this game. It's kind of mind-blowing that I can bring in people that don't even know how to play the game and let them few people just run a fucking muck on you month after month. And you guys wonder why I still get help in this game. I guess it's because you all hate me so much, huh? No, it's because there's people that can't actually independently be great. See, there's people that hate me and will still follow me because they know I'm doing what's best for us. I don't care about using you to make me do better. I'm gonna do it at times. Why? Because, like, for example, earlier today, I don't want to, I knew this one guy was going to fucking follow me and act like he was helping me, but really he was just getting help to pretend he could do the things I do. Otherwise, he would have took his bitch ass over to the far left on my first match and went and played with the whole fucking team of 13 that did that. He wouldn't have pushed up to the castle with me and tried to take that fucking territory, knowing I was probably going to be fighting 4 to 10 enemies, if not all 15. I'm so over even playing with other people in this game, it's not funny. I just want to play the game, and I can't do that because of how many other people are on here playing the way that they play. That sapper dude just got his match completely fucking screwed. Mute me. He don't need to hear me bitching. Gameplay would have been the exact fucking same. I would have been the only one fucking helping him, but without the bitching. listen, I'm not going to sit here and argue that people helping themselves while helping. No, you're not helping somebody else. You're helping to help yourself. That's a far different fucking reason. That's why I drove to the enemies to actually help with the enemies. They hid from the enemies so that they had help with helping themselves, helping against the enemies. That's the difference. That's why a lot of your matches are going to be ruined. You'll have outcomes like this. You know, I can collect my whole health bar in deflection and still be one of the first ones dead because, you know, they're so good at overwatching or even playing the game. You can't beat 15 people with 3 people. That's why nobody. That's why they only give you 3 people now. You're gonna do it with 4, because you can lose a guy and still be able to make up enough impact to be like, yeah, you were 4 players as 3. You're not doing that. You're not doing what 3 tanks can do as 2 tanks. And what really drives me crazy about this game is that they'll sit around and do what 10 tanks could do as 1 tank, but still think they're doing something because 2 of them did it as 1 tank in the 10 tanks. You know, like, but it is what it is. That's why we got other games we started playing. Because I'm not gonna die with this game. This game's already ruined itself. I'm not gonna let it ruin me. This is the only game that I be getting on bitching like this. I still complain about the same shit by defaults, but I wait for it to happen before I talk about it. Not like this game, because I already know it's gonna happen. I can sit here and say, "Oh man, thanks for fucking overwatching as 10 tanks in 1 square," even though 1 tank could have probably did what all 10 of you did. Oh wait, let's wait another 2 to 3 minutes on top of that 2 to 3 minutes just to watch, just to see on the rewards board that 1 to 2 tanks, maybe 3, did actually do what 1 tank would have did, just the same amount as you 10 tanks did. But, you know, because 3 of you fucking 10 can do it every time, it's okay to do. You guys you fucking piss me off, man. Learn how to play the fucking game.
Where'd these metal maniacs come from?
Nobody cares that you can have them stats if you're behind 14 of your teammates every fucking match. I know, well, I gotta die for you to be talking about how good you are next match. Thanks. Your stats are a fucking joke. That's why I'm glad the only stats of mine that are actually bad is my survive time and my fucking like my how many fucking matches I die in or don't. Yeah, most games I live on average 3 minutes. Why? Because some games I'm dead. You know, one out of 4 of my games I'm dead in 30 seconds to 60 seconds. In the other 3 fucking games out of 4 games, I'm alive for 4 to 5 minutes, and I already beat the fucking match for you. And you guys didn't have to wait the 7 minutes that it normally would have took. Wow. That fucking heavy, really? That's so stupid. What are 6 of you doing there? You know? You're gonna easily lose the base and them 2 heavies. We've already lost. We started with 6, 7 heavy. What is it? You guys don't know how to play the game. And then you're gonna follow me in a destroyer like you got. You know, go. I can't even, man. Had no business doing that. Now we have 10 tanks in a section of the map where we get to kill a third of the enemies, losing more than a third and our base in the process. You guys are so fucking strategic. It's I can't even laugh at it anymore, really. It's mind-blowing how incredibly intelligent you guys are at actually knowing what to do in this game. Probably had to have played this game for 10 years, easy. Thanks, team. I know, it's not over yet. I know, you guys have a little show to put on now that you know it's showing. But I'm going to purposely let this one happen because I'll get my kills worth. Already got my kill ribbon, I don't need to rush for it. If you guys want to win, you'll win. If you guys want to lose, again, I'll show you in a big John Madden style episode how you chose to lose. Thank you, team. I'm sorry that I greedily took that, but you know, finger got squeezed. I was trying not to, but it was just sitting there and I was running out of time. And you know me, man, I'm not going to let opportunity pass by like most of you would. I might even run that opportunity into the ground so that nobody else gets a chance at it. That's how quick I'm trying to get there, before they even knew the opportunity was there. And that's why I could do absolutely nothing again. You ain't get away with it. Genius. Oh, man. Hey, I tell you, no, all jokes aside, these people are probably going to go pretty far in this game. You know? Like, this game will probably develop actual tankers.
Michelangelo is a party dude!
Off of me, sucker. Nah, back up. Wrestle in the loading screens, man. Not while I'm out here wrestling these demons. Settle down. Ah! Nah, man, you just scratched my side, dude. I'm trying to climb on you. What's wrong with you? Yeah, alright, my fault. I stirred you up again. My fault. Settle down, man. Got a bunch of peasants to get points for. You know what's great though is I don't even have to be in that position to know that I'm still the one getting you your points. Right? And I think you know that to be the case. Like, even if I didn't actually do it, I'm still doing it more than you. Like, you didn't find anybody but an enemy that, you know, found you. And maybe they realized you to be there or not, but they found you. You didn't find them. Nope, that enemy found me. Shit. Shit, son! This might be how we die! Because I'll need more points by the end of this. Yeah, well, I tell you. Uh-huh. Look! They're trying to work me, boys! They might even do it! Yep. Oh, what are you gonna do though, team, you know? Every once in a while you find out your team isn't shit. You can go out there in the matter of 2.5 minutes and just about almost get what your tank could achieve. But nope. Now, mind you, it takes 30 seconds for me to get anywhere with points. You saw me drive another 30 seconds around the map. I only battled for about 60 seconds, give or take 15. Right? Now, I have 4588 damage. You tell me what that means. That's just about a bullet every fucking chance I could have gotten a point with one. The whole fucking time. And then when you add on the 7110 deflection, guess what? I did more to save the team from getting hurt than those jackasses hid from the match did. And they haven't even had a chance for their health bars to get hurt yet. You see what I'm saying about how I already did more of their job for them type shit? Ralph, you need to settle down, dude. No, I'm gonna have to mac you if you keep attacking me, man. I'm not. Alright, dude, you wanna get tough? That's right, you better grab it for me, because pretty soon I was gonna think that you wanted to fight or something. Little weakling? Oh yeah, no, you guys suck. Look at this. You got light tanks hiding behind heavies. Nobody knows how to flank. Everybody's surrounded, even the light tank and destroyer out there. Actually surrounded, because many smart individuals can tell you high ground's not as important as you think. You can have the advantage from the low ground against the high ground. And the fact of the matter, if it wasn't for that light tank making that flank, guess what? They would have had that light tank and destroyer out positioned. No, dude. Alright. That's strike one. Alright? For real. Keep fucking with me, dude. You better watch what you're biting, dude. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna have to back you up, sonny. Little weakling. Oh, you back? Some more? Checker! Little weakling! what? That's over. No, quit jumping. Don't jump. Quit jumping on me. Quit jumping on me, dude. No, you pushing me around again, I'm gonna do something about it. Probably like an hour.
Sliced through their armor like a pizza cutter.
Damn. Good flank on his part. He got me for a shot there.
Drive on. Penetration. Hey, they got our track.
Pesho, back up. Let them have that hill, man. Force these other two heavies behind us to be in the fight, not just Overwatch. Back up. We'll have a better chance taking them on with the extra barrels. Force them to be a part of the fight. Keep backing up, Pesho. I'll try to take some of this left pressure for you. Keep backing up, though. Yep, keep going, keep going.
We didn't even leave a scratch. Can't move. That's how I feel after too much pizza.
Just keep fucking sacrificing. That's why you guys are gonna lose. One player was supposed to back up. They heard me telling him what to do, and that's what you're actually supposed to do given that situation. One of those two players, or any of us, could have turned around and chose to go to the other side of that rock so we would watch the flank for us. But most of your pressure should have been applied to that push that was going up in this corner. Instead of me holding them off as long as I could for them to continue to have a comfortable, safe situation, or as safe as they could get it for themselves, you know. That's why they lost. It's not the 2/3 of the team sitting around the map doing absolutely nothing, because we could have continued to beat our whole team with just those 5 players up there, but they chose to not actually play the game right. Pesho tried, obviously, you could see it. Like I was just thinking to myself earlier. That's why I don't give a fuck who that player from Regime was. Because if I knew who he was, it was because I would have noticed him doing things that actually mattered. I'm not going to forget Pesho for stuff like that. And the more you see it, the less likely you're going to forget that person. That's why they know who I am. Not because they hate hearing me, not because they hate me, because I'm always in front of them on their fucking screen in the face of the enemies like they wish they could be. Success or not. That's why I don't give a fuck who that Regime player was. Because if it was maybe it was the first time we ever played together. Maybe. Who the fuck knows? Okay? But if that player was somebody who made the impacts in the match that were necessary, I would probably have noticed. And I did not know who that guy was. To be like, oh, no, yeah, I know who... I don't give a fuck who you are anyways. You're just some fucking bum in Regime Clan probably acting like you're... And I can prove that I'm better, as one individual against their collectives. I don't need a team of fucking Judases to pretend I'm Jesus for the moment so that we can get by this fucking occasion. Good flank, though. Pretty good tanks. Both of them. That P2 is a good fight for the Leopard 2A5. I think the P2 is a better one, but only because it's favored. I don't think, I haven't looked at the P2 stats yet, though, but I know the Leopard 2A5 was legitimately on a different level, just like the Abrams was on a different level, just like the Merc. There was like 5 different, tanks that were top tanks, but they were different than the other top tanks. They were the A-class tanks, right? And it wasn't because of some fucking favored fucking opinion of somebody who wants to make an extra buck or 2, or probably a lot more than that. Because how hard is it to just keep recycling these tanks that they keep recycling? You make 3 tanks out of 1 fucking tank design, and then a 4th tank on a 5th tank, and a 6th, all because you got 3 parts to work with. I can't wait to see more bodies come out with the 477A hull. The game was going to actually get interesting again. You'll see people looking to actually compare themselves in the different tanks. You'll see actual interaction between the players and not this by default ass playstyle that they play for to pretend that they can earn points, which is mind-blowing if you really think about it. You're having people get points for you to prove that you can get points. That's crazy. I don't know. That's a different level of scummery right there. I don't even think I don't even think the top scientists in the world could come up with such great ideas like that. That's got to be like bottom feeder activities, right? Genuine bottom feeder activities, not because you could bury somebody underneath the foundation they built for you and then act like, you know, but I'm the bottom feeder is crazy. People People wish I was bad at this game. I just do bad stuff. I'm actually so much better than them. I actually made some of them better than they were, and they know that. That's why I still have friends out here. I could be the most hated individual in the world, and I'm still going to have friends. Why? Because I don't just make myself better.
We know how to handle ourselves on the battlefield.
Alright, well, I'm not going to go that way, because that guy is. And we're not going to start something new now. We're just going to keep doing the same bullshit we always do. And then when the team crumbles, I can say, well, why didn't you guys play the game properly? And they can say, well, why'd you just go out there and die? And we'll just move on to the next situation where we do the same exact thing. I'm okay with that, though. Why? Because I know they're just clinging on to bullshit and it's bullshit. Oh, damn it, shot a teammate. Well, that's not bullshit. I am not a good guy. Don't worry about it, dude. We got you. Hang in there. Hold them back a smidge for you. Finish them off there. Don't worry about it. That didn't even hurt me that bad, but you don't need to be hurt right now. There you go. Keep weighing into it. If you can... Oh, shit. There you go. If you could do me a favor and back on out of there, neither one of us would have to sit there and have that terrible angle because you wouldn't even turn your hull at this point. You just sat there because, you know, and then I'm going to sit there beside you to try to block some enemies' armor bullets because my armor is stronger than yours. You want to give us this terrible angle. It's crazy. Wow! Nah, you guys need to retire. Everybody at the base, you guys should retire the game. You don't need to be peaked. I'm sorry, but you've peaked. Give it up. These kids will be better than you if they're not already. You can probably start a smear campaign and try to make sure they're never even known to be better than you. And they're still going to be better than you, though, but that's besides the point. Perception, you know? It's kind of about the perspectives. Alright, you guys got them two heavies? Because if they one-shot me in the back as I leave, well, I'm not even going to go over here and do absolutely nothing for you guys like I planned on. But then again, you guys are actual bums, so of course there would be somebody waiting to scam a guy. Oh man, I can't believe it, dude. And then he ran. Look at them both. Both of them light tanks that waited for that free shot. And there's this heavy up here. I don't think they don't have a missile. So he's definitely, so far, potentially one of the light tanks. But for you to sit there and wait for some scammy ass fucking point like that and then run when you have, you know, your two light tanks with a heavy back there that they didn't even know about yet. So talk about, you know, a sucker punch to their gut. We'd have had 5 teammates just circle jerking each other and not even getting one fucking splooge out of it. because the enemies were splooging all over us. And well, I don't know. Maybe some people are into that, but I'm not. I mean, look at a collective. It took 3 tanks with 3 overwatching tanks to get rid of that one heavy. And they're going to do it again right here. This guy is actually almost dead, too. Look at this. Good thing it wasn't a half health for when them 3 showed up and the one to ram it. You know, while now 4 fucking barrels were laying into it. No, definitely wasn't a matter of by defaults over skill or other way around there. Can't really notice the difference between the two if I say so myself. It must be just a bunch of that hoopla. You know? The political bullshit they try to brainwash you with. Alright. Got the goofs out. I'm ready for my next match. Come on. Let's go, team. Really shouldn't even have took this long. I mean, I should have been through the queue and the loading screen and back into the match, you know, getting my bullshits out before the timer starts. But you guys are really that slow at the game. Nature is just being held back again. All because of, you know, an apex species innovation. That's genius. Thanks. I'm sorry. That got toxic. Got a little too real, you know? It's cool when I'm joking, you know, but that was like actually kind of real. Like, nature would be kind of far better off without man's involvement. Like, they think they're an apex species, you know, top innovator, but they're actually kind of detrimental to more than themselves. Quite the burden. Nah. Parasites, definitely. Burden, I wouldn't call use that. I can make use of a parasite. A burden? Well, that's just a burden. And here we go with another shit match. Gonna watch a bunch of jackasses do absolutely nothing again. And you think I'm joking, don't you? Watch this. Ready? Watch the emblems now. They're gonna find their little fucking security blanket filled ass fucking bird's nest, so that their baby beaks can pick out where they want to point their barrel to suck up a little worm that's already been chewed up for them. Uh-oh, boys. We got problems here. Tracked it! Nice. If only we had actual pressure on the enemies, that would have been 2 or 3 free shots right into that guy's side. But I don't know how to play the game and definitely couldn't have proved that with a quick John Madden evaluation of that map. Thanks to Light Tanks and a Destroyer for, you know, showing their face to nobody. You guys definitely chose. I mean, you can't fake playing the game. If you're going to play that way, you can see it whether you're on the front line or not. You chose to procrastinate, causing us the advantage that we could have had this time. Because you were afraid to put yourself into recovery mode from a mistake, a lack of skill against the enemy that can outskill you, whatever the case. You just chose to procrastinate. So now your no decision making has actually done worse for the team than the terrible outcome of making a decision could do sometimes. You fucking idiots. Yeah, I went out there and died. I got 1,500 deflection and damage. What'd you do so far? You want me to go look? Here, let's go look. We got 14, 17 damage in a Jaguar 1 hiding behind a hill, not shooting at nobody. But it is reloading. We got a 490. Let's see, Spade running from a heavy. Probably, I don't know how you only got 510 deflection there. You're in a 490, dude. You literally can't get penetrated by anything if you're looking at it. What the fuck? Okay, alright, now I'm starting to question why I quit looking at the POVs for so long. Because this shit is hilarious. Oh shit. Yo, how you gonna fly? Oh, nah, no way. This guy's flying a Japanese flag and a fucking Ukraine flag. Nah, that guy's definitely a traitor. He not only said, I'm gonna prioritize sides, he couldn't even pick one. It's just a matter of time there. That's probably why that destroyer was the furthest behind everybody. I'm lying. It was just the one sitting up on that hill doing nothing the whole time when it could have been getting points. The whole time, from the time that I could have been getting at points, the time that light tank could have been getting at points, that time it could have been getting itself points by looking west or the north or east, that it could have been getting points from me on the east or the light tank on the north at any given moment that it was. You see what I'm saying? These people are actually pretty good at the game. It's definitely not the by defaults that you see me do while I'm playing the game and you guys be like, oh my god, he's so good at deflecting. No, I'm really not. The game is designed that way. It's not just the fact that I got good armor. See? Another bullet that did nothing, but he got no deflection for it. Guy's still at 510 deflection. The real disappointment is he's got the amount of damage he would get in 60 seconds of playing with his tank. That is if he was using his barrel. But it's been 4.5 minutes. And he's got what his tank could achieve in 1 minute's time. That's why you don't hide from the actual game. That procrastination created that. He'd have far more points right now. If he was good enough at the game to actually play with the tank, then why wouldn't he be good enough to actually play with the tank in the actual game? Right? But because these players probably need the by defaults, don't know how to actually position their haul and stuff, they end up with those types of situations that they're, gonna have to resort to that. And that's even for the most skilled player. You're always going to be put into positions like that sometimes. Like, there's always an opportunity for that to be your outcome sometime. Oh, that carcass being right there is going to be good for him. He's fucking done. Dude's going to come around his right side there. They still got that light tank sitting up there as soon as it peaks. If they don't see, told you. That light tank will kill both of them, and if not, it's because the other ones decided to actually play the game, made the flank before that light tank could pick them off with the angle that it has. All that light tank would have to do was actually drive up here to it, come over this fucking hill, and bait him out. If he would have took this angle right here, it would have forced his barrel to be moved and his hull to be moved. See, as soon as he pulled out, he was dead. But that's what happens when you back yourself into a corner. You leave yourself no exit. You better be good enough to win. While you blame the people that went out there and died, there you are. Now not being good enough because, they're so bad. No, everybody would have did better if you just played the game. But you guys want to play the game your way, so enjoy your outcome. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm quite okay being the guy that goes out there and dies. You're not man enough or woman enough to do what I do, so just stay back there with the children where it's nice and safe. Oh, shit. Oh, this map's fucked. Yeah, you want to see some bullshit happen? Watch, you could have 30 good players on this map and they're going to ruin it. Skill is not exactly the issue. You could have 30 terrible players. You could have 30 of the worst players in the world on this match, and the game could still go good. It's not really a matter of the skill. It's the actual participation, right? Like, the things that you do matter, right?
These guys look pretty lame. Let's wrap this up by lunchtime.
Alright, now, here's lesson number one. Here's where I always get myself screwed. I don't stop right here, okay? See, I'm still further than everybody on the team, still closer to the enemies right here. This is where most people should probably stay. Because when I go up here to the next position, the enemies are far more capable of being positioned in a position that will outposition me from the start of the fight. Depending on the type of tanks is like one of my only chances. Fuckers. I missed my damn chance there. I fucked that one up, boys. But that's what happens when you have a lack of participation, like I said. And now, what are you going to do but do exactly what the enemies make you do, because that's what you chose to do from the beginning. Nice. This is fucking stupid, dude. You guys fucking suck, man. I know, no, it sucks because they don't go in. That's what I'm saying. You can't have strategic positions in a map and not utilize them. We just had half the enemy team held off by 2 tanks. But because 10 of you want to sit around in a fucking part of the map that doesn't fucking matter, from there all the way to over here, every fucking one of you need to be progressing. Maybe getting better at the game. No longer having to pretend that you're good at it after 14 fucking people played it for you. Some of us just failed. You're failures, though. Thanks for the outcome. Pretty fucking annoying, though. Look at this. 3 light tanks. Not one of them light tanking. Classic. These people probably are good at the game. Yeah, no, let's blame the two mediums clearly having people play the game for them. Let's blame them. You know, definitely wasn't the 6 others that were doing it with you before me and that one guy died. Because what's the difference between C8 and C6? Hey, I don't care. I need you to be done. I'll get people on here that actually want to play. Not people that want people to play the game for them and then get mad because people are pissed off about it. Stop having us play the game for you and I won't have to be pissed off that I just died so you can pretend to be good at it again. Oh, good trade-off! Yeah, we're an apex species, boys. Go do something else then if you're done. fucking think I'm here to be your friend or something? I think you got enough of them that show me I don't need you as my friend. I'm just here to play the game. I could be muted.
I just wish the world would take something from the gamers. Take
Exactly.
I don't get why they make people do games. I get that it happens so much.
It's because Overwatch is a valid part of the game. There was always Overwatch. Whether it was the 3 maximum artilleries alone back there doing it, or how many ever sat with them, Overwatch is a valid point to the game. Front lines cannot hold the line if there is nothing back there to hold the line, while they can't hold the line 100% of the time. That is the point of the Overwatch being supportive. Just like this map. You have points in the map where you're going to run into the enemies, and you have strategic lines that can't be crossed or need to be crossed to maintain the territory of the map. If you're just going to continue to let them have the territory, you're going to continue to not be able to do anything, just like how many games do I sit here and cry, why are 10 tanks doing what 2 tanks could be doing from one square of the map for the last 12 fucking matches, and I've played with the same fucking people every time. Please learn how to play the game, and you won't have people complaining about stupid shit like this. I'm sorry, some of you are too stupid to know the truth. Some of you don't want it to be taught. Some of you just fucking smart enough to know but don't really care, so you continue to do what you're doing anyways. I could be muted. Guess what? Our gameplay's still the same. I'm the only one helping you. You ain't helped a fucking person. Take my mic away. I'm still the only one helping you. You ain't helped a fucking person. Besides yourself. The fuck out of here. Worry about who's better at this game. You ain't even a fucking part of the game. You're a goddamn cog. I make genuine impact. Enemy-wise, teammate-wise. I'm not just some fucking hair that naturally grows on the ball sack of the fucking team.
These tin cans should be a piece of cake.
Alright. I'm gonna have to step it up a little bit here. Get this glare off my TV so I can finally lock in. I'm tired of these bums thinking they're good at this game and then not even doing anything during it. Oh, I don't know how that bounced off the side of him. Oh, that's fucking that guy again. Well, we either sit here and do nothing, or we reinforce this left side, or we push right. So you figure that out for yourself, Homer. I'm making my decision now. Yep, tried to tell you, bud. You can't sit there and do nothing. They got the pressure over there. You're gonna have to let that heavy get bored and push out. He's gonna sit behind that wall. That's why we should have pushed left. Told you. Now we're stuck here doing nothing because we're so good at the game and know how to play it. Glad I chose to hold this corner with you. Yep, alright, I'm gonna fuck out of here. I can't with this dude. Homer, that's like the 4th game I've seen you fuck up my progress.
Penetration.
You gotta learn how to play the game, buddy. I've only been playing for 2 hours.
You try my nunchucks instead.
Don't do that. Oh wow, that bounced. Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of them light tanks. You're gonna have to earn that, by the way, Hunter. I know he's set up on that hill like a peasant, too.
Didn't even scratch.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Ah, you fucking bum. I knew it. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. They just... All I had to do was sit back a smidge more and just wait. But because nobody actually wants to show up and they can wait for me to actually, like... You see what and it's kind of convenient that that happened right there, actually, because that's the very example of why you need Overwatch for your front line. I was beating him. I was progressing around the corner, correct? And then boom, here comes these 3 jackasses that I was just, having nothing be done to me about because they could see me before I got down there with that dude in that little trench. Fucking bums, man. That's why I don't like going that way. If I go towards the castle, I can pretty much... Oh, do I want to leave the castle on the south, the southeast, the east, the west, the north, the northwest, the northeast? Doesn't fucking matter. I got a way out. I go over there to the fucking northeast, I'm stuck there, especially if the team don't actually want to fucking play the game. And that's what's going to get you stuck there a lot of the times. You could sit there and collect thousands of deflection if you have the opportunity, and I oftentimes would have. Why? Because the positioning isn't bad. The participation levels of the team. You can't blame one player's performance when there's 10 people doing the same thing and they're not even performing. That's an illogical excuse to cling on to as a collective. And that's their argument. You just go out there and die, Ted. Look at your stats. I'll never have you sitting in the winner's circle with me, even if we do get to win. No, but... Well, I wonder fucking why people die and still have better stats than most of you. Go look at it for yourselves. I don't need to fucking argue it. I've already looked at super unicorns that wanted to compare, and I tried to tell them, like, look, buddy, you think you're a better player than me because of your damage and survive rates. Nobody cares about how long you survived in a match. Cool. That's how long my team gets their faces kicked in because they're not as good as you. That's how long they get to do it until you're done getting this fucking job done on average. Thanks. That's a good score to have there. And then damage per game, you look at the fucking survive rate. Guess what? You survived for 5 minutes and you have the amount of damage you would have collected in 2 minutes of actually using your barrel? Yeah, no, you're probably a super unicom, but you'll get those scores because you ruin every fucking actual potential super unicom out there. They'll never become one because they don't actually get to play the game. They're playing the bullshit-ass fucking whack-a-mole mini-game that you've created for yourselves because you can't actually play the game. How are you guys gonna sit back? Oh my, I cannot, man. You're honestly asking the enemies to beat you at that point.
Penetration.
It's a lack of participation. I don't care how good people think they are. Your performance shows how good you are. If it took you 7 minutes or 5 minutes to do what we could have did in 2.5 minutes, that's on you. You guys aren't playing chess anymore. I don't know why you'd need 15 minutes. You're 10 tanks in 1 square. You're not actually playing the game like you might think, like you might be thinking you are. You don't need 15 minutes for that. This is stupid. We literally have them surrounded and then they're still whooping ass. Why? Because our team just doesn't actually apply pressure. We're just positioning. And you can see it. I'm like when I go back and watch this match and see how little yellow numbers popped up in front of us, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about when I put the mini map right there the fuck next to it like it is, and I'm gonna be able to John Madden the fuck out of this thing. You guys asked to lose this match. I know, you think it's not over, but it is. And that's not because I'm dead. It's not why I'm saying it. Match is over because you've already allowed to do the enemies far more than they should have been able to do. That's why the match is over. You're gonna do far less than what you think you're actually gonna do because, you know, you thought you were stopping the team from doing anything so that you could do more. When really, you just gave them 4 minutes of time to actually get something done. That's why it's not that impressive that you can't even get 10,000 damage anymore. While having the players get it for you, funny enough. It's because of your lack of participation. Oh wait, you think you're participating. That's right. So it'd probably have to be your performance then, right? That's probably why our performance turns out to be so bad though, huh? Too bad so many people are going out there and dying, because it's been 5 minutes and they're still 2/3 of the team. And not a fucking thing has been done but what the players that are dead did already. Let's be honest about it. Yeah, you guys supported them dying. That's where you supported. Don't argue it. You know the truth. I don't need to convince you. That's why I answered it like that and didn't actually say, oh, but you think you're fucking supporting them and they just couldn't support themselves. No, you're the one that can't support yourself. That's why you're trying to cling on to the fact that you supported other players. Instead of actually going out there and supporting other players by probably bare minimum supporting yourself. Right? Because you know, you're probably supporting yourself when 14 tanks are doing your job for you. No, I don't care if the player gets less than 1,000 damage. If that player did not have other players doing its job with them like you guys do, that player actually played. You had people play for you. That's why you're 10 tanks in 1 square. Trying to do what somebody else will allow you to do instead of actually doing what you will make yourself capable of doing. Thanks though. Took long enough, I'll be honest. All that sacrifice for what? Look at half the team dead. Right? Nobody even got fucking 3 kills. I mean, everybody barely carried their weight and they had people doing it for them. That's not a good sign. And people want to get mad at the guy at the bottom of the board because you know, he didn't fuck off like the rest of them to get an even more mediocre amount of point. I literally got the same damage as them, and a third of the time, if not a fifth of the time, depending on who they were, right? So the fact that I'm at the bottom of the board, I'm the bottom. I don't give a fuck. We did the same thing. The only difference is I did it. You got to do it because of what 14 other tanks did over the course of however fucking almost bearable amount of time got to surpass, but because it was, you know, that much required to get the job done by such skilled people. Oh shit, a plane. Where's it at? Let me get this one.
I just love hide and seek, don't you?
Yeah, I have to shoot one of these birds. Nah, we getting to get into a fight pretty quick on this one. I like this map, except for when I spawn out in the field, because that's where all the losers sit. They'll sit in that 6 line, or 5 line, or B, or J line, like that kind of action. That's not good player activities. That's just, it's just not. Okay, here's example 1 to why it's not. You see, now because I have my whole team looking to hide around the 6 line or the J line, I have nothing to help apply pressure on them. I got 2 heavies over there, and they're going to get to do more than me because as soon as I try to even like, that's the thing, I have to progress here. I cannot do that as a player in the game because the other players choose to not do that collectively. It's not because I'm, you know, incapable of doing it. I could do it. I'm going to lose half my health, and it would be stupid to do at this moment. It would have been way better before. They would never be 5 deep, 6 deep in the center of the city, waiting to take out 4 of our fucking 8 heavies on the team, and then looking to just pretty casually stampede over the rest of them because, you know, that 6 line and J line is so important. You don't know how to play the game. That's why people don't get to play the game. It's not because they go out there and die. You know damn well you're hiding from the enemies because anytime you actually try to play the game, you don't get to play it because 1, you're either not good enough, or 2, you don't have the actual required assets in the fucking situation for you to get the outcome that you need. Correct? When are 4 tanks, heavy or not, going to beat 8 tanks pushing them? They're not. So 10 tanks will continue to sit around that 5-6 J line, do absolutely nothing until these tanks inevitably crumble, and they'll get an even worse fate because they chose it. These players are actually getting genuine stats. This, you know what I mean? These 2 over here, they're gonna get real statistics for their player card. They just proved that they can earn how many ever amount of damage, how many ever amount of deflection, how many ever percentage of penetration, how many ever percentage of blocked shots, how much ever assisting spotting wise, how much ever actual fucking spotting, all them points they just got. Them players in the 6 line got none of that. How many of them you think got any spotting? The one closest to them that probably lit up all of them. It's usually how it happens over there. These guys, I'm a little upset that they died, but whatever. It was interesting to watch. I'm gonna have fun with that edit, to be honest. Yeah, these guys do suck though, man, I tell you. Like, whenever if ranked ever comes back, I hope to see that it's with robots, because I don't think I can handle, you know, people pretending to be, like, give me robots that change their skill level, and just let me play against a whole team of 7 by myself. Or even a team of 15, I don't really care. But this human, this shit, you're gonna continue to have people, you know, you know, it's just gonna make for a shit environment. I could be muted. Their gameplay's still gonna be the same. I get it. I'd probably mute me if I wasn't me. But my gameplay would still be the same. And the reality of that is, whether they hear me or not, guess what? I'm the only one helping somebody else with what I do. They're getting help. And like to pretend that they're helping while doing it. I purposely didn't help them players over here that were holding this side because I wanted to see what they could do. That should not have bounced at all. Oh, and he shouldn't have turned his barrel that way at all. Okay, and that did nothing but a critical. You see what I'm saying? The game is bullshit anyways. If I would have helped them, they'd have probably fucked us even more. Why? Because then they had 3 barrels and they know that those 2 barrels were enough to hold off 6 to 8 tanks. Why? Because they might actually be players in the game, even if they did choose to play like peasants for most of it. They might actually know how to play the game. It might have just, you know, happened to have been the case of they didn't actually want to play the game every game. They wanted people to play the game for them type shit. See, like at this point, completely understandable to be overwatching. Completely understandable to not even be doing anything to the enemies. Why? Because the game's over. More than half the enemies are gone. They're either in some square huddled together or scattered out or a collective of the 2 options. And you just, you know, it's really that simple. You almost couldn't lose even if they had like 6 enemies out there right now. And look at that positioning. They had complete control of the field and they had 4 tanks lined up on north side of the field. And you're telling me that's why it takes 10 tanks in the 5-6 line to do that? Because they know how to play the game and are probably good at it. There's your reasoning, you know. I don't know. I don't like the one that they gave us, but that's why they do it. It's because it makes the game easier for them. They don't have to actually play it, but they can still get the points for playing it. Right? You sit around and collect 10,000 damage knowing you really only earned 2,000 or 3,000 of it in a 1v4 Alamo phase because that's what the outcome turned out to that time. But you're going to be, you know, oh, I'm number 1 because you're first place with 10k. No, you're not. You're a fucking bum. I know I'm not. I don't have a fake 7,000 fucking damage on any of my matches. Nah. I might. I just don't right now, I guess. Yeah, believe that 10 tanks in 1 fucking square of the map's gonna do anything for us. Yeah, but you're 3 tanks. And you're gonna end up dead because I doubt those 2 heavies are actually gonna be enough to do whatever you're gonna have to do over there. It's kind of the point of the game, you know. Well, I tried to tell you. Yup. We gotta get this K line situated though. That's a team of peasants ruining our outcome. I mean, even H1 and G1 is actively, potentially able to help in the progress. You guys in the K line are doing nothing but negating all the progress we're making. got 3 tanks that could be helping you. Yeah, keep them to your front. I can almost get over this hill to help. Not gonna do a damn thing when 4 tanks on my team wanted to stop because of a heavy. Look, see, that's why I don't want to fucking play with this shit, dude. You can't fucking win, even in winning situations. I literally just had 3 tanks on my team that could hold off a team of 8 with 2 jackasses out of the fucking 7 that wanted to hide in the K line to eventually go help them, even though it was almost too late. It was at the almost too late part of the timing that I'd say they showed up. And they still held off 8 fucking tanks plus as 5 tanks. But because the 6 in the K line don't want to fucking help, and then the 6 that I got over in the fucking west don't actually want to do anything. Case in point right here. Look at this shit. Still going on. 2 minutes for fucking bitching. Still going the fuck on. Every fucking match though, people. I can't believe I'm the only one out here talking like this. The things that yous put each other through. I could be muted. Look at your gameplay though. You're literally torturing each other because of your lack of fucking participation. Your willingness to actually allow somebody else to do good so that you can't get away with pretending to be good this time. Get the fuck over it. Play the game. Your team wouldn't be losing a 10v8. Hold on. We'll wait for the flowers because they do come with thorns and I've seen it before. I've played this game a lot. You've lost your base. You've lost 3 of the 5 positions that you should have right now, and you've given them to enemies. Genuine progress out of these 4 now. Could you believe it? They've almost got past that 1 tank stopping them from getting to the 6 others. I know, boys. He's got a destroyer with him, too. I'm not going to consider 2 half-lives. Or what should be half-lives, to be honest about it. Any thoughts? Sadly, that was one of your better games. Not saying I'm talking shit. I'm saying, statistically speaking, that was one of the better matches that you'll get to experience as an individual in this game. And like I told you, that 490 that was sitting at our base was going to demolish our team. Every one of them were going to show up at some point, probably on their own, one at a time, like they could actually do something. Get their fucking faces rocked in because it's a 490B. I don't care how much skill you think you have. The game can decide to make it completely useless because that's the way those tanks are designed. All it has to do is keep its frontal armor to you and shoot its gun once in a while. Lost how many tanks to a 490 and 2 guys overwatching it and 1 guy with it. It's a good thing some of them might have actually had some skill during their process. Or at least implemented it. There you go. For a second I thought it was going to take even longer than that. Sorry. It was over. There was no reason to still be toxic. I could have started moving on already. On to the next one though, you know? Hell, this map. Oh yeah, we're cooked. Reason number 1 being these players don't generally know how to play the game, right? So whether I go C line, whether I go 9 line, whether I push J, whether I push H, whether I push F, E, D, doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna be doing it all on my own. And yeah, I would like to see you actually play the game for once in your career. Go ahead and play it. I don't know why you think I'm stopping you. You can be playing the game as much as you want to. That's the beauty in being able to play multiple. Oh wow. What is this fucking formation? Is this a group of people pretending that their Discord can organize them actually playing the game? Hold on a second. I don't know what that guy thinks he's doing, but he's gonna get himself shot. Jesus Christ. Fucking game. I don't know why that guy pushed over there like that anyways. And that bounce? Get the fuck out of here. Like, you just want this guy. Look, another. Oh my gosh. No way. Literally 2 different sides of the ass of this fucking thing. How I shoot the ass end of its sides. On both sides. With a Leopard 2A5 round. This is so stupid, man. This one, I'm going to play some VR shit, man. We're not going to be doing this. There's no way. This is embarrassing. Yeah, because I didn't want to pick a cool side of the pillow to get a fucking comfortable nap on with. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not trash. Are you stupid? No, trash is the fact that both sides of my fucking team had a greater force than the enemies, and they're both losing. That's trash. Not the fact that I went up the fucking middle and distracted half of them before they could even fucking have anything else to fight. Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to lose a fucking 6v4 on two different sides of the map so that the other fucking six can show up and look at the map. Look. Pretty much a solid 6v6 went on until they could finish them out. South's winning now. You know, they're pretty much gone. That six will be able to start pushing north. Probably something along those lines is exactly what happened. Now, specifics, probably couldn't tell you. I don't give a fuck. I just don't be really playing the game. I've probably floated through this game for like 7 of my 10 years of playing it. Why? Because I see how they play the game. I don't need to prove I'm better than them. In fact, I don't even need to pretend that I'm good. I can go out there and try bullshit, get genuine learning experiences from it. I don't need to sit here and do something that I know I can do over and over. Probably not get any better at doing it. That's a lame's tactic. This is a video game. You get more than one try. You might as well use it. Yeah, but that's why they're 8 tanks looking for one jackass who they're probably friends with and decided to let survive in a moment they could have killed it. And now it's out there wasting more of their time, actually ruining their stats, because now the fact that this one's living another 60 seconds or maybe more, that's another 60 seconds. That's another minute per match played that you just ratioed your points into. This guy's got 5,000 to share over 6 minutes now. Oh, I'm sorry, 5180. Wait a second. Why were they all the same? Oh, because it was changing things. That's probably why the numbers weren't changing when I was flicking the PWs. But look, would this match go? 5:52. Okay, so we'll say 6 minutes. Not because I'm trying to stretch the truth, but because 5:52 pretty much is 6 minutes. And for sake of the argument, that's easier to ratio than 5:52 to their points per minute played in the game. You know, as far as that would go. I don't know how long I lived. Only got 1,500 damage. Shit, garbage. But then you go up here, right? See all these different numbers, right? No, not really. We got, you know, a 2,000, a 3,000, a 4,000, a couple 5,000s, you know? Standard shit going on there, as you can see. Pretty much all doing the same exact thing. Nobody really outshining anybody, right? But here's where you can really look at something important. You got a couple of tanks up here. This guy's got 7,000 damage with 0 kills. 1,000 assist. Alright? Assist isn't all, none of these stats are really kept track of properly. Your damage is even kind of swayed a little bit. But like as far as deflection and assist goes, you're not always going to get the points that you should be getting. Okay, but regardless, this guy's got 1,000 damage, or 1,000 assists, 7,000 damage. Not the greatest split, right? Especially if we click on this. It is a destroyer, object 477A. Here it comes. It blocked a total of 60 damage all game. I'm actually pretty confident that that guy was a guy hiding from the match. And I was just about to use him as an example to why all these players down here with the 2,000, 3,000. You know, those damn they carried their weight just the same, maybe even better, because these players down here, they risked their life, right? They chose to play the game to whatever extent, maybe 1%, maybe 100%, but they chose to play the game. This guy here in an Object 477A got shot at. He got hit 10 times. Not he might have got shot at 1,000. We don't know, but he got hit 10 times, and he blocked 60 bullets. I mean 60 damage, not 60 bullets, 60 damage. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? That's a lot more embarrassing than my grammar fuck up. I'm just gonna let you know that much. Okay? It's a lot more embarrassing than being in 15th place that match. That's probably not just my opinion. You know, it's slightly ridiculous at this point. You know. You got people out here acting like jackasses that could be muted, by the way, and they're the bad players. But the players ruining everybody's chance at even playing the game are not the are like they're not the bad players. I don't understand, man. Damn. You got people that are actually such haters and so fucking low self-esteem that they'll try to hide the hate. You know, like it don't exist. It's not real. You know, there's not really people out there trying to ruin your outcome so that they can pretend to be better than you. That doesn't actually happen in real life, let alone a video game, huh? Yeah, but I don't care if they want to listen. I don't do it for them to listen. One of the goals actually is for the ones that don't want to hear me to not listen. That's only going to help us. Now, your mutinistic ass is no longer an issue because, well, you've already chose to be an outsider. I didn't make you an outsider like most people, you know? A lot of people are outcasted, right? I outcasted myself and you chose to be over here or not. Look, there's some pretty terrible shit in the world, you know? And some people, they want to, they want to be able to survive it. I don't think I need to be worrying about people who are more worried about what they have to hear than what's actually going on. That's probably somebody just looking for things to, you know, distract and or bitch about. Because the reality is where would you be in life without warnings, without signs, without the noise? You'd be nowhere. You'd probably just be stuck in place, worried about what you're doing until something gets done to you because you'd have never known nothing about it. That's why I don't mind being the one that dies off in the beginning, you know. I could see that these heavies are pushing now, you know, making my position not as impactful as it was. But I still, you know, still gotta play my part. So here we go. These fucking bums, dude. I'm tired of them. Look at them setting themselves up for by default. It's like, you're definitely not good. Look, and then he threw a smoke. Like, you're not gonna be sitting there when, yeah, no, that should have bounced probably. Glad we didn't get to see it. Shoot him dead in the fucking side. What was I saying? More bullshit, huh? Oh my gosh, this game is ridiculous. That's understandable, that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yep, fake him the fuck out. Excuse me, fella, excuse me. Excuse me, fella, excuse me. For that guy. Might as well fix my ammo rack now. We got old barbecue coming in for my points. Might have to get me some of these. Why? That bounced. Come on, I should have just freaking looked at it with my old monocle. See? Oh, right, yeah, shit hitting the fan. Yeah, right. So when I die, you know it's about to get fucking gnarly because the enemies are starting to be the shit that hits the fan. It just so happened that this time we were also shit hitting the fan, but it was their fan. You know, we were the shit hitting their fans and not them being the shit that hit the fan, which told our team shit is hitting the fan. You know? It was their actual participation, regardless of their performance. I don't really care your amount of skill that was implemented. You actually participated, you're a better player than them players that won't participate. They need those by defaults to even participate. You know? People who choose their battles are not people who are going to win the wars. They're just going to win a lot of battles and probably cost you a lot of wars. Because they'll continue on. Why? Because you're still sitting around waiting to choose battles. And that just means the enemies have more time to actually have some battles going on. If you're going to take 10 years to finish one war, I'll start 4 of them, and guess what? The next generation of your kids are preoccupied. I don't give a fuck about your purpose. It's really that simple. That's why now is the most important time ever. Not what you can do later because you waited until, you know, it wouldn't fucking matter or it would have. Now, that's what's important. you guys might actually suck. You're going the wrong way.
Other weapons we could try? We damaged their armor. It's not gonna be good news if our ammo blows. That shot didn't go through. They got our track. We didn't leave a scratch. Our turret keeps turning. Critical hit.
It's embarrassing, man.
Dudes.
Like, where are these people actually taking it? That's why I say, I mean, the skill is gone. The actual skill of this kid, like, I don't care if they're good or bad. They don't play the game. Why would I even concern myself with that? Nice. That was definitely a example of skill being implemented. No, you see, I'm not a hater. A hater is what they're doing, stopping each other from being great so that they can pretend to be whatever they're, calling it these days. That's a hater, okay? a troll. I have chosen you to not be my ally, mostly from your doing. You know, it's not like I'm just looking for enemies, but we're clearly not allies, so I'm not going to treat you as one. Right? I'm a troll. I'm still helping you with my gameplay, though. Let's see. What did I get? 5510 deflection, 1303 damage. Yeah. Some of us do more for you than you do for yourself. And you think you're the support. That's the crazy thing, you know? I lived 2 lives worth of damage potential from the enemies. And I still only got 1300 damage. By choice, mind you. Same choice that got me the 5500 and something deflection, right? Difference is, for this guy to get almost 12,000 damage, he really didn't even make a single choice. Every one of his choices were made for him. Hence the only 694 assisting damage out of the almost 12,000 damage, correct? Same as the next player, and the next player, and the next player. Here you get the 5th, the only player that genuinely helped the team more than it helped itself. Right there. You can see it. And then the next player, then the next player, and the next player, and the next player. Another player that helped more than they helped themselves. Given the situation, who knows though, you know? Same as me getting 1300 damage in 60 seconds to 2 minutes of gameplay with 800 assisting points. Could be absolute shit. Granted, they'll call it going out there and dying, so that's maybe what this player did as well, but I doubt it. Because even in that case, if it was, guess what it wouldn't have been if they actually played the game and didn't end up with scores like this, where they, you know, feel like they're actually good at the game. Because those are shit scores. those are genuine shit scores. You get put in a Hall of Fame, and you got a 2 kill, 0 assist. I'm going to stop right there because it's already getting embarrassing. It's a good thing they didn't put more stuff on that rewards board. Why though? Why flip would they put me on a team? Don't you know others don't work well with me? Or something like that, they said. Yeah. Good luck with that one. You thought you brought the sauce with you, huh? There's too much meat here to be slung, baby. This dude Satan's been running for a long time. We're gonna try and get this one gone. Where I'm going, I won't need coverage. I've got such a fire in me. See you there. Uh-oh. We have a peasant doing peasant stuff. Get a little royal on him here. Show him the old flushki. Thought you was the fucking shit, didn't you, Sonny? Look, you don't even know how to drive, you damn shit. Good lordy. You didn't have to track me right there, though. That was not convenient at all. That was not convenient at all. Oh, you guys suck so much. Oh my god, you guys suck so bad. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna drive circles around this dude. Jesus Christ, this dude sucks. Oh, you need about 7 friends to follow you around, buddy. You better get popular. Nope. Probably just need 3. And that's if I wasn't lying to myself this whole time. Looks like I've killed. Oh, I almost killed 4. I'll get one of these ones. Don't worry about it. We earn it. We earn it. There's enough to go around. There's enough to go around. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, boys. Oh shit. Look at you. You thought you had me IS4M, didn't you? You silly little fool. You silly, silly little fool. Told you, buddy. I'm really him. And we're coming back to finish this one. Aw, shit. I was a fucking bullet off of the count. I needed one more bullet. Uh-oh, I'm dead. But you die first. No way! Somebody stop this guy! Oh shit. Literally embarrassing the enemies. Good lord. I hate these IS4Ms. Them IS7s, man. They're a tough fight for this fucking FD. They're a tough fight. Glad there was other ones around, because them things are annoying. Hey, that's how you like tank, boys. You got the fucking almost double the assist. You just not helping like us And you don't have to be upset about it. Hell, I don't have to be upset the fact that you don't help as much, but I do get upset about it. Still, though, you don't have to. What an asshole. Huh? Am I right? Oh, shit. Oh. Excuse me. But sounds like that can's empty. Alright. Alright, let's see how much of this team wants to screw us over like the last teams. Oh, nice. We have one tank going south. Every other tank going east. Are they going to go towards the city? Or are they going to go Odin? Just see what I'm saying. We're getting this. I would actually quit this match right now if it wasn't provable that I bailed early and could get reported for that. Because that, my friends, would get me in trouble. Knowing that the only reason I get away with some of the things I get away with because I do other things just so much better than you guys. It would be stupid. To waste such an opportunity. Okay, well, I know what I can do in the meantime.